Hi foodies, this is Jenny here from Jenny's Walk, and I want to take you into a supermarket today and show to you a lot of interesting food. African food, fufu, bulgur wheats, a lot of healthy choices. So let's get started. So here foodies, as you can see, this is bulgur, and remember I showed to you some time back bulgur. Bulgur is used in the Mediterranean cooking, like to make those empanadas and stuff. And you could curry this. It's a great substitute for rice. You could make it with peas, beans, and whatever have you. I absolutely love this bulgur. There's fine grains, thick grain, there's dark color bulgur, and there's also a light color bulgur. Here we have Ayano Ado, which is really pound yams that you could buy like to make your fufu, or you could make pap. As you would say porridge, the Africans will say pap. So you see it's very powdered like. It's just a pounded yam or dehydrated. Here we have ola ola, pounded yam again to make your fufu, to make your pap and all of that. Very nice. And let me take you on the other side to see some more beans. So this food is, plantain flour, where you would also, my Africans, this is more African stuff I'm showing here to you, like the pounded yam. So this is plantain, the green plantain, where you would also use this to make your fufu, they make pap, they make porridge and all of that with this. Here we have the oats, oatmeal, oat. So this is the oat flour. This is used to making rotis and tacos, tamales, and a whole bunch of stuff. So you have it here in flour form. It's great in baking also. Here we have a regular wheat flour. We know whole wheat flour and plain white flour. Here we have giri, yellow giri. So this is the yellow one. You see how fine and nice this is? Look at that. So this you could cook it something like the couscous. So here foodies is yam flour ilugu. Again, this is excellent sauce. This is great for diabetes, cardiovascular diseases and all of that. You use this to make your fufu and your porridge and your pap and all of that. Then we have white rice flour. Now the rice flour is very much sweet. Let me just show that to you. There you go. Say, Jenny, don't know what you're talking about. So this is rice flour is sweet. This can also be used how you use cornstarch. You could use this white flour the same way. That will help thicken up. You could make it for your idli and your rotis and a lot of mixing. You could use that in your cooking. And here we have all-purpose flour, partan, maida, regular partan. This is regular flour unbleached or bleached. Sometimes it comes different. And here we have some gari again, 150 a pound. You see, look at all the health benefits that you could get from these flour. And these are all stuff from Africa. This is what you could also use. You just steam it, and this is a great substitute for rice. We all love rice, so you could substitute and use that. This is another one here again, and this is bigger. This is more, yes, this is more coarse. I was absolutely right. This is made from cassava. I do have a video on my page where I made this. I really do love this. You just make this foodie, steam it, and enjoy it with some curry fish or stew fish. And this is semolina. So we all know what this is. Remember, you see, I say suji. This is exactly what it is. So you use this, and I make a lovely cake with this. You could use this to make parasad. To my Trini Hindus in the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, you could use this to make parasad. You could make cake with this. There's so many desserts you could make with this. It's awesome. It is not corn flour. It is not corn flour. It is not corn flour. So here we have cornstarch, which we all know that thickening agent. Cornstarch used in cooking to thicken up your gravies and your baking. For you want a nice crispy fry, you add some corn flour. And for your cake flour, all you need to do, every cup of all-purpose flour, take out 1 tablespoon and you add 1 tablespoon of this. And that is cake flour, instant cake flour. We all know what we have here. Garbanzo or chana or chickpeas, chana and aloo. There you go. So you could get them in bulk also. You just soak them overnight, hydrate them, and then you give them a nice little boil. And here we have pigeon peas, dry pigeon peas, field peas, or gungo peas. It's also known as in the islands. Different islands have different names for it. In Trinidad, we all know it as pigeon peas. Jamaicans say gungo peas, field peas. There you go. And here we have some cranberry beans. Let me show that to you, so don't be in doubt. Cranberry beans or habichuela. This is really beautiful. It has that lovely hint of red in it. You see that? I like to make my beans with this. Again, hydrate overnight and stew your beans. Pink beans over here. This is habichuela. Again, you will find these in the cans. Very light and of course high in protein. These are all proteins. Lovely beans to make by itself or added to soup or whatever have you. And that famous black beans, you know, negro bean, black beans. Very high, very high in protein. Give it a nice little soak. Hydrate again, and you can add it to your rice, your bean, rice and bean, stew beans, whatever have you. And here we have the small red beans. You will also find this beans when you shop in Chinatown or in the Chinese and Korean stores. It's much smaller than the red bean. You see how tiny it is? And the size of my nail, and you see the size of it. And high source again of protein. You can mix it, stew it, cook it, curry it. And then we have the red kidney beans over here. This is my favorite. Pink beans. This is more pink than red because there's a very dark red bean. So this is more like a pink bean. And here we have pinto beans. We all hear about the pinto beans. It has a color somewhat like the cranberry beans, but this one is more dark in color. You see, so this is why you always wash your beans really nice and flushed out before you cook it. You see my hands in there. And here we have that lobia or black-eyed peas. Let me know what other names you know this bean as. Africans use this a lot in cooking. I use this too, and I showed you how to make that wrong thing like a pulori. There you go. Then we make this with our gungani and all that. Olia's night, you must have this in the house. Lovely black eye. So here we have the great northern beans. You will find a lot of those white beans in the can. This is one of them that you could also use. And when I don't have the butter beans, I will put this into my my oxtail. It's very nice and creamy. So this great beans is really nice to make the refried beans, where you will use the habichuela also. But this is very lovely. It's also used in a lot of Mediterranean cooking, where they will just make the beans, make it like a hummus. So this is that great northern beans. This is what it is. And here we have the white kidney beans. So you know we have the pink kidney beans or red beans, as we would say. So here you have the white ones. I'm yet to try this one. Then we have the baby lima beans. This is just like the bean that we're using for the oxtail, the butter beans. This is the smaller ones. You also find this in your frozen department too. You will find these beans where you could use. And so here, foodies, is that lentil dal, also known as masoor dal, which I showed to you, or red lentil dal. This is nice, very soft, cooked very easily. And it could also be powdered to make your boulders when you're making curry and boulders. It's very nice and simple and easy to use. As I showed to you, I use this many times in making my pulori and all of that. As you can see, the skin is very much darker than the other one, which is more green in color. So here, foodies, we have that large lima beans, as you also known as butter beans. You know, my Jamaican brothers and sisters will cook that oxtail with butter beans in a can. This is the butter beans. It goes well with fish and all of that. Here we have some mixed beans to make a lovely soup. You just hydrate it, give it a nice little boil. Excellent to put in your soup. Whole green peas. So this is, you know, those sweet peas like peas and carrots. This is the dry one too, the whole peas. Green lentils. So we have different types of lentil dal, as I showed to you in my cooking. This is the regular one. This is the green looking one. Some of them are big, some of the seeds are small. This is the one that I know as a kid living in the island of Trinidad. This is the regular ones that you will find. And of course we have dal here, we say chana dal, split peas, yellow split peas. And here we have the green split peas. Split peas meaning it already opened up in two, right? Then we have honey beans. Honey beans is very sweet. I tried this in Puerto Rico. I tried the fresh ones. It's really nice. I'm going to pick up some of this today and we're going to make a lovely recipe and you're going to follow me on and we will see this. And here we have some Olo 2 beans. I don't know much about this, but as you can read here, is a brown bean. It's excellent source of dietary fibers, protein, the regular thing. Oh, it's an African delight. There you go. It's right here. So let's take a look again at some more beans. And here, foodies, you could also get the big bags of 20-pound bags of beans, cranberry beans, the dal, the split peas, the chana, the pink bean, the lentils, and the lima bean, the great northern beans, the small red beans, the gungo peas, the black peas here, black beans, the gungo peas or the pigeon peas, dry pigeon peas. Everything is right here. Also, you could get the rice flour, all those other open porridge-based stuff I showed you. You could also get that in big packages. As you move along, everything is right here.
I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making it for you and find it interesting. Enjoy.